Hello lovely people, today we will be looking at Alpine PXE-0850X 12 channel DSP. Now before we start, I would like to thank Frank from HEPAKing for supplying this DSP for me to check out. Thank you very much, Frank. And let's have a look. So this is a 12 channel, it says premium audio processor. So this is a DSP slash amplifier. It's kind of a big brother to the R500 DSP that I checked out previously. It has as well Bluetooth, a controller that is included in there, and some digital signal in the box. There's nothing very exceptional, and again, same like with the other one, is just different. So now it's 25 watts at 10% THD. I think it should be 1%. I think it's just a misprint. So 31 band of parametric or graphical EQ, time correction, and everything else. So the R500 was a 6-channel DSP and 6-channel amplifier. This is a 12-channel DSP. However, it has only 8 channels amplified times 25 watts. Let's open the box and let's have a look what is inside. On the top here, we have some paperwork. Anything mentioned? Anything interesting here? No, not really. Just so in the box, we should have some harnesses. Bluetooth is included, a controller that is included, USB cable, and some mounting brackets. And in the specs, what do we have here? So again, I don't read Chinese, but I believe it has 6.5 volts on the RCA outputs and 25 watts of output. I think it should be 1%, but it states 10, so I don't know. So that's this. Now here is the DSP itself. Let me grab my knife. Let's put the DSP to the side and have a look what else is inside. So this, and something here as well. Okay, so this looks to be the USB cable that's supposed to go for the controller. So we have a USB that goes into the DSP, and then another. So I guess this is going to be something similar to a Helix Director, when you have one cable going from the DSP, and then you have a USB for a laptop connection, and you have a separate cable for the controller. Yeah, so it's just one run, so you wouldn't have to, because you're occupying the USB already. So it's a long cable. I imagine it's going to be like 5 meters or something. That's good. So that's the cable. Let's have a look at the controller. So this is a controller, and yes, so this is the plug. Very interesting solution. Haven't seen this plug before. Very, very small, tiny, interesting plug, and just plugs in like that. Yep. And this controller, so I do believe that exactly the same controller goes to the R500, the smaller DSP, but you have to buy it separate. This comes together with this DSP. It is plastic, not very fancy. Yeah, it has some steps, so it's not free. It has steps, clicky, plasticky. It looks a bit cheap, but when you consider that Helix director cost what, £250 only for the director, and I use it now mainly for volume and presets. It's plenty fine enough. And what I like, it has a blip, so when you mount it, you just cut a hole according to this, and when you mount it, you don't see anything. It covers it. It's like a flush mount. So I love this, because for the director has it just like this, and when you mount it, you still have a little gap. So for this one, I would prefer this. I haven't seen the display. I didn't turn it on yet, but it looks cool. It's just much smaller than director. I think director is something like this. Yeah, longer. So it is a smaller controller. Now let's have a look at the Bluetooth adapter. And again, Bluetooth adapter, I do believe it's exactly the same that is used for all the other Alpine DSPs. So it is with a little tail that has like a Ethernet jack. Yes, it is an Ethernet jack. And yeah, it looks like that, small one. So it does says the model number, but I do believe, I'm gonna try, I do believe you can use this for any kind of DSP from Alpine. So the problem is that there's no kind of specs on the Bluetooth adapter itself, but I would imagine it's at least aptX. So it's gonna be fine for daily streaming like Spotify. Tidal Master, probably no, but for daily listening is plenty fine. Now this Bluetooth adapter is used as well for phone connection for DSP adjustments. So you can tune this DSP with your phone. There is a special app. You connect it with Bluetooth, and you can use an app, or you can use a USB cable and a laptop. Now here, let's have a look. We have some harnesses and mounting brackets. Let's have a look at mounting brackets first, because I'm interested in how it is mounted. Yeah, some screws, metal screws. I have two brackets. How's it mounted? Okay, so we have holes here. So I would imagine you would fix this just like that. And then you could fix it to the side just like that. Yeah, cool, nice little solution. So brackets. Now let's have a look at the harnesses. With the harnesses we have for the power and for the speakers. So I think now's the time to have a look at the actual DSP itself. So this, from the outside, it looks very similar to the Alpine X series amps, where you have the black brushed metal top and you have silver trim. Now the silver trim on the Alpine, the X series amps, is plastic and removable. This is metal, it's aluminium, it's not removable, so it's more it's sturdy. It is quite a heavy piece. Yeah, it looks very nice, all metal, very nice feeling in the hand. Now let's have a look at the I/O. So we have input. I have 6 channels of analog input via RCAs. Then here you can choose the power from accessory or from high level. Now high level, we have 6 channels as well, high level inputs. And the power. So the interesting thing for the power, because for the power it doesn't have separate terminals, it uses the same harness. So for this you have 3 pins for positive and 3 pins for ground. Let's have a look at this. Yeah, so we have, so 3 yellow ones. This is the power. So I would assume it's like 14 gauge, 14, 16 gauge. And this one is coming out, which this one looks like, I want to say a 12 gauge wire, because it's 8 channels of 25 watts. So that's in total 200 watts of power in total. 200 watts on a 12 gauge, I think is plenty fine. Let's have a look at the fuse. The fuse is 20 amps. Plenty enough for this wire. I think 20 amps you can use for smaller gauge as well. And 3 grounds. Oh, weird. So power wire is connected into one and grounds left 3. They could connect it into one as well. Would be cool. But yeah, and these would be high level inputs. 6. Color coded. Yeah, just like that. So this is on the input side. Then we have, so this one compared to the budget version, the R500, the one that I opened before, the other one had only analog inputs, and this one has digital as well. So it can take optical, it can take coax. So this is where you connect the Bluetooth, just like that. It has like a little pigtail. It's not very convenient, I think, but you can hide it if you want. I don't know. The Helix solution, when you have the Bluetooth inside the actual DSP, I think it's much better than this, but it is what it is, you know. Now let's have a look at the other side where you have all the outputs. So we have 12 channels of output via RCAs here, and then we have high level outputs, which is the amplified channels, the 8 channels time 25 watts, and we have these pigtails with connectors. So these are the I think they're called Molex plugs that you have in old power supplies, in like PC power supplies. I do remember when I had an old Alpine amp, it used exactly the same connector for the high level inputs from the head unit. And it just plugs in like that and comes out, speaker out. Yeah, very nice. Now, I think the interesting aspect is the price. What is the price for this DSP? In the UK, it retails for about 700, 750 pounds. I think in America, it's a bit more expensive, like close to $1,000 and something. And if you compare it to a Helix, let's say, 12-channel DSP or a Moscone, whatever, it is a good value, because if you buy a Helix, you buy a DSP, then you have to buy a separate controller and a separate Bluetooth module. For this Alpine, everything is included. So it's kind of an all-in-one package. And I think if you want your DSP for tuning and you know how to tune, you need parametric EQ, you have a clean unmolested signal, you can use like digital stuff and everything. If you don't need all the stuff that Helix offers, for example, like center channel or like inbuilt signal analyzer from the inputs, if you have like, if you're using head unit input that has phase shifts and everything, if you don't need any kind of that, and I definitely don't, I think this is a very, very good option. Now, again, it all comes down to the software and how to use it, but how often do you tune? Like, obviously, Helix probably is going to be more user-friendly, and I am already very comfortable using Helix. Alpine software will take time to get used to, but for the price, I think it's a value DSP. 12 channels with all the stuff, with the controller and Bluetooth included, for that price, I think it's a good thing. So I think this is pretty much it for the unboxing part. I just love how it looks like this, the whole metal, the brushed, the feeling itself, it looks very, very cool. I will be using this DSP in my car. After the Emma, in a few weeks, I will pull out the Helix DSP that I have, and I will be putting this in, and I will be tuning my system with this new 12-channel DSP. So I will have 2 extra channels, because with the current DSP I have only 10, but now I'm gonna have 12, so I could use a rear fill. And yeah, I will be using this DSP. This is gonna go into my car, and we'll see how it's gonna be tuned. There will be new videos about tuning. I will go through the software that you have on the tablet, on a smartphone, and on the laptop. We will be tuning with this DSP. It's not the end. This is going into my car, but it just looks lovely. So this was a quick unboxing of an Alpine PXE-0850X DSP. 12 channel and an 8 channel amplifier. So thank you very much for watching, and I will see you in the next one.